I don't know how to start this. I mean, wow. Let me just get this out of the way. I am currently visiting family in Massachusetts, so that's why I'm not in my usual space. So I'm filming a review like this, and oh my god, I have to talk about Breaking Bad. This show's back. It's clearly back. I've been waiting for Breaking Bad to come back, and it's the final episodes. This one was called Blood Money, which plays a pretty big part in this specific episode, and just, oh my god, all the things that happened in this episode, I could not have wished for a better episode to start off the final episodes of this series. I love the fact that at the beginning of this episode specifically, we get another flash forward sequence, and it's amazing. Walt's house is completely run down, and it's just terrible. You can clearly tell people have found out that he's Heisenberg. By the way his neighbor reacts, that was just fantastic, that whole sequence. As if it wasn't clear with the first flash forward sequence, he is clearly gearing up for a final showdown with someone or something. You don't know what it is, and I love that, but he's getting the ricin, he has his machine gun. I can't wait to see where he's going with that. And then you get the one scene I was really waiting for, the reaction that Hank had to finally figuring out who Heisenberg was, and just the way Dean Norris acted that scene was just, it was amazing. Dean Norris in this entire episode really just did an amazing job at portraying all these different emotions that are coming to him at once, especially in the car ride sequence after he leaves Walt's house. That was amazing to watch. He had just a flurry of emotions coming right at him, and it was too much, and that was so great. And another thing about this episode, which is the title of the episode, Blood Money, is you get Jesse, and the whole part of Jesse in this episode, I just really feel bad for him because he really just wants to distance himself from the entire operation, from the money, the meth, everything. So the way he's trying to give it away, it doesn't work with Saul because Walt just comes right back and says, yeah, no, you have to take this. So the way he's getting rid of it now by throwing it just to any house, well, I feel bad for him because I know he wants to get rid of that money and wants to help people, but that's gonna be suspicious. Like throwing a bunch of money just everywhere and it's suddenly appearing like thousands and tens of thousands of dollars all over a neighborhood. That's not gonna look good. Also, one minor thing that you see in this episode is the lady from Madrigal. What the fuck was her name? Hang on. Lydia, that was her name. Lydia, okay. So she shows up at the car wash and tries to get Walt to come back. That seems to be a recurring theme with this show. Whenever Walt says he's going out, someone tries to get him back in. So this time, I'm not sure if he's gonna go back in. I'm not sure where they're gonna go with that, and I like the fact that I really don't know where the show is going quite yet. I love how Walt handled the situation. He kind of a dick to her while saying no, leave right now, and then he tells Skyler and she just really tells her off. That was the thing they really left open for this episode, so you really don't know where they're gonna go with that specific storyline. I could definitely see Walt going back to cooking and helping people cook or whatever. That's just, it's Walt. Alright, so let's talk about the last scene in this episode, which just, oh my god, that scene was so much better than I was expecting it to be. Because when Walt showed up, I kind of expected him to just, play it cool and not say anything specific to Hank about him knowing. But then, as he was walking away, I was like, oh no, is this how the episode's gonna end? That's really underwhelming. But then, he shows him the tracker he found on his car, and that was the point where I realized this show is not going to wait for these two to find out they know about each other. It's just going straight for it, and I love that. That entire sequence was masterfully acted by Bryan Cranston and Dean Norris, the way they played off each other, their reactions to what they were saying. And what I really liked was how Hank had the upper hand for most of this conversation, like he knew it was Walt, and Walt kept trying to squirm out of it, and they said that he has cancer again, which they kind of hinted at, but now they dropped that bomb. So that's happening. Well, a lot of shit's really coming down on Walt right now, so this is going to be a really fun series of episodes to watch. And yeah, like I said, Hank has the upper hand throughout most of this conversation / argument until the end, where Hank says, I don't know who you are, and Walt says something like, if you don't, then you should tread lightly, and that's just a really subtle threat. I can definitely see Walt trying to take out Hank if Hank keeps going along with this investigation, and I can't wait to see next week's episode. I'm so pumped for the rest of these episodes. since you guys have probably watched this, I hope you have because this was spoiler filled. What'd you think of the episode? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What was your favorite part of this episode? I don't know if I really have to ask that. Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, I'll stay here forever.